Okay, thanks for staying with us on TVC Breakfast this Thursday morning. It's time to take a look at the headlines today. And of course, joining us is Dr. Dan Ekere, a philosophy lecturer at the University of Lagos. We'll begin with the punch, as usual. Reps detect errors in budget, order ministries to reconcile figures today, like as soon as possible. Okay, so
welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We're back to the issue of budgets, and
yes. I hope this time it's not padded. It's an error that was detected. Yes. Thank God it was detected. And being an error, there are always solutions to errors. So it will be corrected. But I do hope that that will be the only error this time around, because
hopefully
it would have been better that they go through
so minimal that they can actually fix, sort those out today.
For as long as it's an error and they are insisting it should be done today, it clearly shows that it's a very minor.
Presidency transmits minimum wage bill to National Assembly. Finally, of course, 23rd was given.
Yeah, it was done yesterday.
Yeah, and that's been done already. Only 12 states are funding workers' pension accounts. That's according to PENCOM. Alleged 7.65 billion naira fraud. Court adjourns Orji Kalu's trial indefinitely. Buhari says, I've achieved peace in Borno, Yobe. PDP disagrees.
I don't think this has to do with PDP. Has Shetima agreed with that? Because a while ago the man came out crying that Boko Haram is still very much on ground, doing a lot of devastating, work there. So, I don't know.
Well, he said Shetima actually said they were under siege. That's the word he used. So but then again, maybe in comparing where they were before and now, as far as Boko Haram attacks, the frequency.
No, the statement was that we have
maybe there's been improvement.
Some improvement over and above what we met. They will be able to do the evaluation.
That's a different
one. To say
exactly.
That you have achieved peace, no. I don't know what peace is now.
And customs want 35% tariff on vehicle importation slashed. The customs boss is saying, look, if this is done, it will check, illegal importation or smuggling of vehicles across the borders. Actually, other countries like Togo, Ghana, they've been benefiting from
because
this.
You need to ask yourself, why do people go through
the
Benin
Republic?
Why is it so? Is it
I think something is basically wrong,
yes.
where the relationship between the government of Nigeria and the government of Benin Republic, Togo, and all of that, there's still a missing link where they're not working in synergy to tackle this issue of smuggling into Nigeria.
Not just that.
Because most of the rice and cars and all of those garments and
Turkey and the rest,
they just take it to Benin Republic straight, or take it to Togo, and then they are all heading for Nigeria.
That is the issue.
And there's nothing the government can do about it.
Because you know what? They're a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to take your vehicle to...
Because the government of those countries have made it so.
So why not do the same?
Yeah.
So that rather than go to the neighboring countries to bring in these things where they will be paying for all manner of charges, why not do the same so that you get this?
No, but it won't just be ideal to do just the same, because the peculiarities.
When we say the same, it doesn't mean you have to do exactly the same thing. You must do it in line with what fits into your system.
Exactly.
No, but as long as
some of those, because of our own peculiarity,
some
of those items have been banned in Nigeria for a period of time. There are others who say you cannot. If you're bringing it, there are certain things you have to pay, because some of these products have to be discouraged from coming into Nigeria. So taxes or tariffs, as the case may be, have been imposed.
Yes,
these are the dynamics and all of that. So,
but they still coming.
But they still come
in such a manner that it will look as if the road is open.
The road's not open.
The road is open, actually.
So what is
right now, vehicle importation tariffs are actually about 70%, which is
so at the end of the day, you are just doing a lot of the service to yourself.
All right, Atiku didn't travel to U.S. as my aide, says Saraki. Of course, there was that talk from the ruling APC that Atiku actually traveled as Saraki's aide. That was why he was actually given that
think
visa
that was a careless
and
statement.
had some kind of
but
cover.
it is good to clarify this now.
That was a careless statement.
All right.
Atiku could be an aide to.
Everyone knows who he
And
is.
Marafat Saraki disagree over 2.4 billion naira oil subsidy payment. INEC recruits 814,455 ad hoc staff for elections. Okay.
Okay. Now let's go to the Nation newspaper now. That's our next paper. Lagos Ibadan speed train to be ready next month. All right. And you see the pictures from the ongoing work there. Well, Nigerians have always said that let it be ready, then we know that this thing is ready, because anything can happen. If anything happens where funds for the remaining part of the project is cut off, the project remains there until the resumption of funds again.
Well, hopefully that will not happen.
We hope it doesn't happen.
Imagine
It
this
shouldn't.
actually, taking off next month, like it's been said. A lot of us would actually live in Ibadan
Yeah.
and come,
Because
come
what
to
I
work
pay-
in
And come to
Lagos.
work in
What I
Lagos.
pay in my palo here in Lagos will be enough for me to get a flat.
Buy a
in
duplex.
Seattle.
A whole duplex.
A whole duplex in Ibadan.
No,
And
but
I
then
think
don't equally forget that it will equally affect
okay,
the-
Dr. Kerry, let's plan to relocate to Ibadan now. Then. APC enraged over PDP's 388 million naira US lobbying deal. Chidoka is saying contract not for Atiku. Isa Onilu alleges sinister motive. Now, the PDP is saying the agreement was signed before the PDP primaries and it was for promoting free and fair elections. APC is saying they are paying huge sums of money to engage consultants to deceive those abroad and Nigerians. Controversy.
Yeah.
Elections are coming, so
Yeah, we'll always find such, tirades and the rest of it. But this will not be the first time. It has happened before, so I don't know why this hue and cry this time around.
well, the point there. All right, let's move on. TUC ships wage battle to National Assembly. So we're hoping one way or the other. The organized labor has come to say we are not comfortable with the 27,000 naira approved for states and all of that. But federal government is saying we will make our own 30,000 naira. We had the ULC president yesterday and was saying that the National Assembly has no right to even increase or reduce. So
How much more the National Council of State
Exactly.
recommended 27,000
Yeah,
naira.
but the truth is that what was agreed was 30, and there was no distinction between state and federal, as
federal.
at then. So where did this difference now come in? So
okay.
I'm thinking that the government is just toiling with the people.
Yeah, we wait to see because there's going to be NLC is going to meet tomorrow, and then we
tomorrow,
wait to
Friday.
see what happens after then. All right, wife hit husband with frying pan before cutting off his manhood.
Oh, yeah.
This is a sad one. And reps to meet executive over errors in 2019 budget document. Okay, that's a Supreme Court refuses to hear 14 pre-election cases. All right, that's the Nation.
All right, to the Daily Sun, Danjuma alleges plot to rig Taraba elections. Of course, in his outburst yesterday that was reported, it's not just in Taraba that there are plans to rig the elections, according to him. It's bringing it down home to his homestead in Taraba. Okay, well, all these, outbursts and alarms being raised, I wonder if it's not in itself heating up the polity.
No, but where there's need to raise alarm, you need to. And for a man of that class,
He would have his facts.
Certainly, there should be some elements to suggest that something of that kind is in the offing. And I think the only thing that need to be done is for the INEC to do what is right. Because at the end of the day, whoever becomes president remains president of Nigeria. Whoever becomes senator will simply do the duty of a senator. So INEC has no business about who becomes what. Their duty is simply to conduct free, fair, and credible elections.
Yeah.
Let whoever the people, decide on become whatever. So this idea of rigging, now that the alarm has been raised, I think it will only be reasonable for them to put all materials in motion to ensure that it is averted.
On the other hand, it is political to raise a certain kind of alarm ahead, so it prevents the possibility of carrying out a certain.
That would have been.
It seems to follow the norm anyway. Every pre-election period, I mean, you always hear about.
No, but most of them are from those contesting. I don't know if
not,
Danjuma is interested in
not
particular.
an innocent bystander like.
Yes. So for this one, I see some level of credibility in this.
Confusion over mode of transmitting polls results. Results will be sent electronically. That's according to Resident Electoral Commissioner. It's not possible as there is no legal backing, according to INEC. Now, from the REC and INEC, these are two different coming from the same.
So REC, where does the REC work?
Where it works
who
with
does the
INEC.
REC work
Who
for?
does the REC represent?
Well, I don't know where this challenge is coming from now, REC and INEC.
All right, new minimum wage. Labour takes battle to National Assembly as presidency transmits bill. Soldiers kill 58 bandits in Zamfara, rescue 75 victims. APC accuses Ohaneze of sabotaging Buhari's campaign. We scheduled meeting before campaign timetable. That's Umodo, the Ohaneze president, speaking there. And of course, the picture story, widow of a former chief of defense staff, Mrs. Mary Yabade, performing dust to dust during the burial in Abuja yesterday. He's finally been laid to rest.
Laid to rest.
Yeah.
What a sad tale.
Let's hope, those behind his killing will be, apprehended.
The police came out sometime to say some persons were arrested.
Were arrested.
Let's hope
where that will go
persons.
remains to be seen. Okay, that's it from the Daily Sun.
All right, let's go to the Vanguard now. Minimum wage workers kick as federal government sends executive bill to the National Assembly. Say presidency hiding under National Council of States to subvert 30,000 naira minimum wage. Civil servants, teachers, unions urge National Assembly to ignore NCS, that's the National Council of States, okay 30,000. Now, Dr. Dekere, we've talked about this, but the point there is, let me just ask you this. I wonder what you think about having two minimum wages in a country.
Well, for as long as the law, empowers the federal government to fix the minimum wage, and there was an agreement, among stakeholders that there should be a certain amount, I expected that should have been adhered to. I do not think there's any state that cannot pay that 30,000 minimum wage. And in any case, if we are not going to have this kind of arrangement of, okay, federal separate, state separate, then we must go proper by way of true federalism. In fact, I don't know where this counterfeit is coming from, really. We are supposed to be Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let's be federal indeed. Once you do that, then we can now rearrange this structure so that states can determine what they will pay to their workers. So at that level, you have no business about whether this one is paying this, whether this one is paying that. It's at your own.
So it brings us back to the restructuring question.
Well, certainly, we can't run away from it.
Oh, okay.
And besides, of course, Labour is saying the whole process of coming to 30,000 naira was done according to ILO's, laid down rules and standards. So right now, it's cast in stone. The fact is just allow it to go and not.
Especially when you look at the tripartite committee, all the stakeholders are represented.
What can 30,000 really afford to this?
That's another matter.
Yeah, that's a big question. Federal government to raise VAT, cut levy on imported vehicles. Okay, that's a development there. That's by the Minister of Finance. I wouldn't betray trust of Nigerians. Buhari vows there. And emotions, tears are slain ex-CDS. Bade goes home. The picture story there tells it all. The mood from there. Tribute to late Professor Deji. Okay, and then we have Saraki Marafa clash.
Deji Femi Pierce actually, OFR. Recall he actually ran Whispering Palms.
Oh yeah,
one of the beautiful resorts in Lagos.
All right,
I think one time VC of last or so.
Okay. Saraki Marafa clash over alleged 2.4 billion naira daily expenditure on fuel subsidy. And Nigeria's foreign investment inflow down by 36% to $2.2 billion in 2018. All right, and female lawyer confessed to killing husband, police tell court. Well, killing family members,
spousal abuse is on the rise in Nigeria, and it's becoming more and more fatal. So the men are killing their wives, the wives are killing their husbands.
In the two papers now,
really unfortunate.
Two different stories of spouses attacking each other.
It just shows that people are no longer as patient as they used to be. Or what exactly is going on? Or is it part of the mental health
disorder?
That's we're told Nigeria has a huge percentage of about
Yeah, but that might just be
50%
one of
of
it.
Nigerians,
But at
you
the same
know.
time, look at it. Look at everything in Nigeria. The tendency for such things to happen
It's
you
very
know,
high.
Yes, because
The pressure,
economy-
the pressure on an
everywhere.
average Nigerian.
I'm telling you. So
All right, okay.
And people are marrying without being friends. That's what some people will
Yes,
tell you.
exactly.
Yeah.
even
And
after
so the
marrying
slightest,
as friends,
the slightest
friendship can break.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. So don't forget that challenges can break friendship.
True.
So
True. Very sad. This day is our last paper this morning. FG orders IOCs to pay outstanding oil revenues on PSCs. Gives 14-day deadline, threatens defaulters with contract termination. That's production sharing contracts. That's a PSCs there. Supreme Court decides Rivers APC primaries logjam under the gun tomorrow. Analysts say suit is source of honor against travail. Contend CCT arraignment unnecessary after CJN admitted error, which truly is what...
well, admitting error is not the issue now. Because don't forget
well,
that...
the law says when he admits error, a person admits error, then there's no need to go before the CCT.
Yeah, but where has he admitted his error? Where?
That he
How?
forgot
Where and how?
to declare.
You know, these are all issues. Because there are a number of cases that you see the thing happening, but yet you are always presumed innocent.
until...
So let that trial take place.
Okay, 5,000 containers trapped at ports as customs bans third-party clearance. Saraki Atiku didn't travel to U.S. as my aide. All right, that's already... It's done. We're done. We're done with the review of the papers this morning. Thank you very much, Dr. Dan Ekere.
Thank you.
For
Dr. Kerry, thanks for coming on.
always
Thank you
being
for
there.
taking care of Funga.
Yeah. You know, it's part of my
Let the world
talents.
know that Mike is taking good care of you.
It's part of my talent.
Yes.
You know.
Et tu, Brute.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
All right.